The transition to reading to learn is much more difficult now than it was 20 years ago. The skills that come from informational expository texts are going to have to be taught across many different formats. It's going to be important to plan out these experiences with the formats with your students. Where is this text and what kind of formats? We've got authentic text and coming in the form of speech, poems, excerpts from larger pieces of text, real world text, being able to read a ticket, being able to read a flyer. There's e-reader formats of text, PDF text, website articles, blogs, multimedia information. That includes videos with embedded text or surrounded by text. And then there's the textbooks. Instruction and student practice is going to, with these formats, needs to be balanced because they need to learn to read the text, but they also need to gain content knowledge. So what are we going to do? Students are going to have to learn to read in chunks because online comprehension strategies are different than a traditional textbook. They're going to have to learn those skills of scanning and then closely reading parts that they've scanned that they deemed important. They're going to have to learn to look at illustrations differently, to look at graphs differently. Graphs that support text, and sometimes the graphs are the text now in the form of graphic organizers or diagrams. They're going to have to look at blogs and know that they're less formal, but in some cases written by experts, and they can pull much valuable information from them. The ability to read from multimedia is going to increase. Now, this is coming from all different areas, but students are going to have this modeled for them. They're going to need practice, and they're need independence to learn from these various types of text. And planning for the formats is not enough. We've got to plan and then provide experiences, modeling, independent practice, of experiences with students gaining knowledge from text that comes on a computer, from reading on phones. Reading a PDF on a phone is much different than reading it on a computer. Tablets, e-reader formats, the ability to use the e-reader for research and to be able to favorite things and go back to it is much different than a textbook or books where you can mark and go back. These skills are going to have to be taught as students read to learn, and they're going to have to be assessed in different ways. This is why team planning is so much of importance when you're looking at reading to learn transition.